Good evening, everyone. Registration number 004 of 2022 UMI. We are giving our views on the macro environment in the oil and gas industry, and we are going to use a pastel analysis to look at the general outlook of the oil and gas industry in Uganda. And our case study is going to focus on Shell. Shell is one of the companies involved in the production, extraction, and sale of crude oil, as well as petrol, diesel, and other oil byproducts. Now, in the event and in the current situation of global warming, climate change, and generally the effects of oil and gas in the world, we are giving our analysis of the political environment, economic environment, social environment, technological environment, ecological, and legal factors as a strategy of how Shell can improve on its efficiency, so that the issues to do with the sustainability in the production and sale of oil is refined. As we know, the products of oil are really dangerous to the environment, the oil spillage. We are looking at more efficient energy sources like electric vehicles, so that we can reduce on the oil and the oil effects impact on the environment. So let us look at the political aspect. What Shell can do in the event of what countries are now looking at as a way of promoting sustainable energy sources. Shell can look at encouraging resilience and nearshoring as a factor which will enable it to boost its capacity, but as well reduce the risks of the effects of the energy, the negative impacts of the energy, oil and gas in the country. So the political factors, in reference to the above, political factors include the role of the government and the current political framework of the country. It is to be understood that the smooth execution of a business is also dependent on the kind of government interventions that are made toward the organization. So, in conclusion, it means Shell has worked with different governments to make sure that its energy sources are more reliable and more efficient. Thank you.
Registration number 025. To continue where my colleague has stopped on the economic factors which are really being analyzed using textual analysis. Here we analyze the economic growth, exchange rates, interest rates, which really affect the industry in the oil and gas where Shell falls. So here we look at the strategic options which can be adopted in the economic factors. We look at the first one, buffer inventory. Buffer inventory is known as the safety stock or supply chain safety net, or contingency stock. Refers to the surplus stock kept aside to cater for emergencies. Here, Shell can use that to come out from any occurrences which occur in the supply chain distribution. Also, there is multi-sourcing as a strategy where you source from different suppliers under the same contract, and there is mergers and acquisitions as also a strategy whereby Shell can go and can acquire other companies in order to enjoy economies of scale and others. Also, when I look at other factors, I can look at social factors. Social factors, here we look at demographic positioning, we look at demand and supply of the populations, and other things which fall under pastoral analysis. Here, under the strategies which you could employ in social factor, there is sustainability. This consists of fulfilling the needs of the current generations without compromising the needs of the future generations. Globally, the social factors include understanding the culture and ethos of the place and how corporations need to work to look into these areas to strategize their business accordingly. Furthermore, for example, in UK, Shell is investing 100% in renewable energy from energy sources like wind, solar, and biogas. This will help in renewable electricity and is certified under renewable energy guarantees of Oregon. More, we look at the technological factors. Technological factors, we look at the trends in technology. Trends in technology. So, here we summarize and then we bring in other strategies which could help Shell to invest more in technology or to adapt to new technologies. These strategies include agility and adaptability, network densification in marketing, adapting new technologies to ensure reliability and stable supply. When you look at agility, agility refers to the company's ability to quickly adjust its strategy, particularly in the procurement, inventory management, and deliver rapidly changing supply chain requirements. Furthermore, there is adaptability. Ability Adaptability is ability and willingness to change in order to suit in the different conditions. Technologies, Shell can invest in wind, whereby wind is used to generate more electricity, solar energy, and bioenergy. Furthermore, renewable energy. Renewable energy. Shell also provides smart meters and smart technology. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, members. Registration number 67 of academic year 2020. I'm going to proceed from where my colleague ended with the legal factors. Here we define the contract as a written agreement of the authority for the acquisition of goods, services, works of any kind in the actual or estimated amount specified. Subsequent to the above, the legal factors include laws that guarantee the safety of the company, their rights, and the other aspects. Then we looked at the oil and gas industry provide revenue to the state for economic growth and development, but it also has other negative impacts on the environment in which they undertake their activities. Some of these negativities include gas flaring and oil spillage, just to mention a few. Then, furthermore, oil and gas spills at, at sea have damaged mangrove forests, coral reefs. These are ecological factors, which include oil and gas spills at the sea, damaged mangrove forests, coral reefs, and the fisheries, both through major accidents and regular leakages. Then we have environmental factors, which we have right now, owing to the spread of climate change and resource depletion. Environmental factors are of utmost importance because Shell is directly involved in the fuel industry for the longest time. Also, it has also been responsible for emitting greenhouse gases. Then we have another factor is Shell contributes to nature-based carbon offset programs. These projects protect existing natural forest ecosystems, which absorb and store carbon dioxide. Then, identifying a new energy segments, supporting an integrated oil company with mapping of a global energy system in 20 different segments, analyzing investments in the various segments, using different future energy scenarios, and helping identify which segments to play in and how to win those segments. Then we have providing perspectives on regulatory change, supporting a regional consortium of operation facing regulatory uncertainty by providing a faith-based corrective on global, physical, and non-physical regulations. Then for them to source growth market dominance, they should consider mature market restructuring. Then we have to think of green environment. BP CEO Bernard Roney once said, our objective is to reduce emissions, and if burning natural gas rather than burning coal reduces emissions, then we should take that step.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
So, good evening, members. I'm still going to continue from where my colleague has ended. I'm registration number 34, 034, and we are beginning from opportunities. The introduction says oil and gas companies have an opportunity to adopt a new clean energy business model that can support their recovery and generate growth in a net zero future. To continue, a chance to make a great profit in an environment, for example, external attractive factors that represent the reason for an organization to exist and develop. And this could be in that reference point, like the fuel efficiency, the green company, fabrics, franchises, diversification, changes, government policy. Still to continue, Shell partnership with the prudent floating liquefied national gas technology has been an extremely hopeful. Shell is in a great place in leading the global energy demand for the future and produce clean energy. Shell is investing 100% in renewable energy from energy sources like wind, solar, biogas, and finally, Shell partnership with prudent floating liquefied national gas technology has been extremely hopeful. Thank you, members.
Thank you. I'm continuing from my colleagues. Registration number 050 of 2022. Basically, the threats, I'm going to take you through the threats. The threats which are existing, basically external threats that could cause trouble for the business, external factors beyond organizational control. Some of the threats include the restrictions of government policies, the demand and supply, then the regional economic crisis, diversification, and competitors. Shell, basically, as a strategic merger in the BG group, is a beneficial as it gives Shell an opportunity to access the resources and and services. Basically, some of the threats beyond that oil and the gas industry is one of the largest sectors in the world in terms of dollar values. In addition, this industry also earns hundreds of dollars in the global economy. Although this was a new opportunity, Shell has availability of oil and gas, which is also a threat due to the fact that there is limited access of the current global warming crisis, which has led to the reduction of the demand. Besides that, there is a reducing costs in terms of competition. One of the main challenges the companies with oil and gas industry in such a way that crude oil and refined products at a lower cost has remained a very hard, factor which is disorganizing them. In conclusion, Shell has been able to achieve a great amount of success because of its sustainability,
sustainable, efficient, and effective assessments and various approaches, hence making it possible for them to conquer the oil and gas industry. Besides that, despite the few weaknesses and threats, the strategic management of the company and its cautious and agile decisions to explore and bring in clear energy also places them at a good position to meet future demands. Thank you.